Hi everyone, welcome to the ultimate guide for Assetto Corsa free roam. We're going to be looking at 40 free roams for Assetto Corsa, and all the links are in the description. I'm going to jump straight in, but as ever, do check out the rest of the channel. There's lots more sim racing on there, and if you like what you see, I'd love your subscription. Also check out simrace247.com for all the latest sim racing and motorsport news. Let's jump in then, straight at number 40. First up today we have Wharf. Now this has got 32 pits, it's based on a Tokyo Bayside drift spot, it's really famous, and with all of the tracks today guys, I'm just going to show you the track and I'm going to tell you if it's a paid for or a free mod. Some of the mods today you will see are free and paid for. That means there is a public free version which is normally a little bit smaller, and then there is the full version that you can pay or subscribe to. Next up, and at number 39 we have California Coast. This is a port from Grid 2, it's 9.5 miles long and it has 8 pits. I'm really interested in how many of these maps today you will have, because I've gone back in time a little bit and I've got some of the obvious suspects, but I've also got a lot of maps that I don't think you're going to have, so do tell me in the comments how many of these you don't have in your collection and that you're going to download. Next up we have something a little bit unusual that you may not have seen before. This is called City 2010. It's actually ported from the City Engine 2010. It's only got one pit, but it's a really unusual map and you don't see this on Assetto Corsa very often. It's actually quite huge, so do check it out. Download links are in the description. Next up, and at number 37 we have Fujimoto. Now this is by Esprit 3905. It's 10 miles long, it's got 12 pits, 14 different layouts. This is a really excellent track, and again, if you've not downloaded this, it's a pretty essential track if you like Toge or drifting. So this is Fujimoto. Next up at number 36 is an old favourite, and there's a couple of those in my list today. This is called Brassov. It's by SimTrack. Now this is a paid for mod and a free mod. There is a free demo of this. This is 7 miles long and it's got 1 pit. Next up is a map that's been sat in my collection for a couple of years actually. This is called Sun City. It's by Spy Workshop or the ACS Workshop. I'm putting it down as a free mod because I think it's been out for quite a long time now. Do check it out, it's quite interesting, and there are a lot of city maps today in my list, and I think that's something that Assetto Corsa is now doing very well. Next up we're at number 34, and this is Ensuka. This has got 7 layouts, it's approximately 14 miles long. The original track is by Takach and this was converted by Shin 956. This has got 34 pits. Next up we have Aquino 22. This is 5.3 miles long. This is by Project Kado, 40 pits and 3 different layouts. Now this is a really beautiful track and again absolutely worth the download. I must say guys that when I'm editing this video, because I've made it so big and it's got so many tracks on it, my PC is really creaking. So if you see any mistakes, do point them out to me in the comment section. I'm trying my best with this video. Okay, let's move on to the next track. At number 32, I've put in the Isle of Man. Now, I know there are a couple of Isle of Man tracks. This is the one I'm featuring today. It's 15.4 miles long. And the Isle of Man is a really iconic circuit. For those of you that don't know from different places around the world, do check it out. This is one of the biggest circuits around the UK. At number 31 is our first Need for Speed track, and this is Need for Speed Underground. This has got 33 layouts, yes, 33 layouts, and I will put the Discord for the modders that have created this in the links in the description. There are a number of Need for Speed maps, and these are all fantastic ports. Just look how good it looks in Assetto Corsa. Remember guys, do support the modders any way you can, even if it's with a thank you. Next up, and at number 30, we have Alto Teja. This has been out for a while and it's one of my old favourites. 6 different layouts. It's by Forherd and it's 20 miles long. Now, I am putting this down as a free and a paid for mod because I know there are different versions that you can download. Next up and on to another old favourite of mine. This is Wicklow Mountains, 9 different layouts. This is by Jake Grafton, 24 miles long, and this really captures the look and feel of driving in Ireland, so do check it out. Over to somewhere a little bit warmer and drier, and now we're at California Highway. This is by SMS and the Reboot team. I featured it in one of my videos recently. This is a fantastic little track, 13 miles long, 16 pits. Next up is another drifting track. Now I'm classing these as free roams because you can really drive around to your heart's content. This is Osaka Nanko. This is by the 90s Golden Drift Project. This has 32 pits. Next up at number 26 is another conversion, and I really like this one. This is by BugX. This is the CarX Pacific Hills port. This is by AKF FPV, 32 pits, and this is a pretty vast area that really you can again play around in your favorite car. At number 25 on the list today is my first track by Toge. This is Topanga Canyon, 4 different layouts, 13 miles long. This is one that I really cut my teeth on a couple of years ago when I started doing Assetto Corsa videos. And Toge has been doing some amazing mods for Assetto Corsa. And Todd, please give me the update to Snake, whatever you're doing, and let me take a look at it because I know everybody wants to see it. So this is Topanga Canyon. The next track on the list, everybody knows about it. This is Toge Florio. Now this version is by Simtrax. It's 44 miles long and it's got 30 pits. This has a huge amount of history around it, and for a while it was one of the biggest racetracks in the world. So definitely download it. I know there's new versions being released as well and being developed. So this is the Simtrax version that I'm showing you today. At number 23, we have another track by Toge, and everybody loves this. This is Mulholland Drive. It's 12 miles long. This is one of the tracks actually that does feature traffic, and I will point out which tracks have got traffic on there. The number of them do have the standard CSP flood, but also some of them do have 2 real traffic now, and I'll point those out as we get a little bit higher up in the list. And speaking of traffic, this next one definitely supports it. This is Coco. I've got a great video of how to set traffic up to real traffic on the channel, so do check that out. This is an amazing mod. I love this. It's by Soyo. It's got 231 pits. You heard that right. So it's a bit of a meeting place. It's absolutely huge with the amount of roads that it's got, and there's 2 versions of it. So do check it out. Next up, and at number 21, we have Project Toge. This is 30 miles long and got 36 pits. If you want to Toge or drift, this is one of their places for you. So we've made it to number 20, we're halfway through. Next up is Glencoe, and I'm pleased to say my PC is still chugging along. We're okay. Now this has been out for a little while, but it's still a brilliant free roam. 49 miles of road in the Highlands of Scotland, 50 pits. What's not to like? Some really cool stuff on this. If you've not driven this, do check it out. It's an essential. Next up is another track that's been around for a while, and I really like this mod. I was playing it when I first started driving on Assetto Corsa. This is of course Lake Louise. 15 miles of road. It's really cool. This is a paid for mod, but it does have some free versions as well, so do check it out. Again, all the links are in the description. At number 18, we have our next Need for Speed track. This is Need for Speed Most Wanted. This has got 4 different layouts, and it's by Modcat. Now, this is a great mod. Again, just look at the detail on this, and being able to drive around these in Assetto Corsa, which is essentially an old circuit racer. Absolutely brilliant. The modding community is so good for Assetto Corsa. So a big shout out again to all the modders that are featuring today. If I've not called your name out, that's because it might not be on the track, or I've lost it when I've tried to put all of these together. So do give yourself a shout out in the comments section below. Next up, we have another favorite of mine. I've featured this a few times. This is Sydney West. Now this is a paid for mod, but it's absolutely worth it. This is by Assetto Mods. It features a vast part of Sydney West in Australia, 62 miles of road and 30 pits, and you can put traffic on this. It is lots of fun, so do check this one out. Next up, we're at number 16, and this is Kanazawa. Now this has got 11 different areas. It's by Route 8 Media. I've put this down as a free and a paid for mod because I think there are some free versions out there. Definitely another one to check out. There's some huge parts to this map, and there's lots of things that you can do on here. It's not just about driving on the road, so do check out all the off-road pieces that are on this map too. Next, we're on to number 15, and this is Karakora. I featured this, I think it was about 4 or 6 weeks ago. Really great new map, 30 miles long. It's based in Pakistan. It's got 5 different layouts. It's by me. That's not me, but the modder is called me. Really stunning scenery as well. I love the mountain view. This is a really early development, so do support the modder because I think this could turn out to be something very special for Assetto Corsa. Next up, we're on to Hong. Now this has got 6.2 miles of road, and I love how it features not only driving in the mountains, a bit of togeing, drifting, but also going into the cities. Really good. This is an essential for your collection. We're now at number 13, and this is Liberty City. This is by Alexei. It's got 32 pits, and again, it's another one of these huge ports that's a massive city for you to drive around on Assetto Corsa. It does need some polish, and I know it's a version where there's lots of work still going on this and some of the other city maps, so do support the modder. And the version of this mod that I've got also comes with a winter skin, so that's very cool too. Next up at number 12, we have another favourite of probably most people watching this video. This is Pacific Coast. So this has got 6 different layouts, 30 miles of road. It's so peaceful and great driving vintage cars on this mod. I absolutely adore it. 55 pits. Now this is by Phoenix. Do remember that this has got a paid for and a free version as well. You will see some links on the free version website on where to get the next version if that's what you want. Next up, we're nearly into the top 10 but not quite. We're at number 11 and this is ACP Metaverse. Now I'm going to do a much bigger review on this. It's by Hyena the Boss, but I just thought I'd put it in this list today because it is a really cool concept. So this is 120 miles of road, but it is a metaverse, so you can do missions on here, you can meet people, race, earn points. You have a character in this. So Hyena is going to show me around in the next few weeks. Absolutely awesome, and this shows you the flexibility of Assetto Corsa still. Next up then, we're at number 10, and I talked about the snake earlier on, and here it is. This is the snake. It's done with photogrammetry. It's by Toge. I'm desperate to play the next version of this because this is so good. The road surface is amazing. 2 different layouts, 2.5 miles long and 1 pit. Really excited on how this is going to develop, and I know there's a lot of love for this. So we are in the top 10, and at number 9 we have High Force. 7 different layouts, including many with traffic, and that's 2-way traffic as well. Really cool. This has got a huge amount of open road for you to try on, and it's in a beautiful part of the UK. So if you're not from the UK and you want to understand what village life is like, this tells you really well. This is just like driving in the Peak District. So definitely a big thank you to the modder on this one. And guys, when you drop on their pages to download, do say thank you or support them any way that you can. We're at number 8 then, and this is snuck into my top 10 list because it's so well done. This is Burnout Paradise by PG Simulations. 12.4 miles of road in 8 pits, but just look how good it looks. Now with CSP and Pure and Sol and all the goodies that you've got on, that sky looks amazing, the water looks fantastic. This is absolutely ready to play. So a big shout out to the modder on this one. I absolutely love this port. Really good stuff. This is Burnout Paradise. So we're at number 7, and you know there's going to be some big hitters now in this top 10, and this one is one of the biggest. This is Bella Vista, 11 different layouts. It's by Assetto Corsa tracks, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles, and this is a true free roam. You can drive anywhere, so you can drive straight across those forests and fields if that's what you want to do. This is a paid for mod, link in the description. It's absolutely worth it. One of the best free roams on Assetto Corsa, and something else, it now supports traffic, so do check out the latest updates. Okay, next up we're on to number 6, and again a huge mod. This is Amiga Hometown. I've covered this a few times recently because it's quite a new mod to me, but over 600 miles of autobahn and road. It's based on real life areas in Germany, 52 pits. Traffic works on this, that's CSP flood, or what I've got on here, which is the 2 real traffic. I think we've got about 150 cars on here, just to give you a little bit of an example. This is brilliant for burning up and down the autobahn. There's a great community around it as well. It is a paid for mod, but again, a bit like Bella Vista, absolutely essential. And next up we have another paid for mod, but this does have some free versions. This is LA Canyons by Phoenix 77 again. For many people, this is still one of their go-to free roams, and that's because there are so many different ways to play it. Anything from pursuit chasers to racers or just cruising around. It's absolutely brilliant. So LA Canyons is still up there as one of the best free roams on Assetto Corsa. And we're now at number 4, and this is FDR. Now I'm only showing you a little bit of this because there are literally hundreds and hundreds of roads on here that you can drive. 14 different layouts, 64 pits. It's an absolutely awesome mod that's getting bigger and bigger, and this is again one of those where you really want to support the developer and see where they can take this. This is a paid for mod. Again, the link will be in the description, and this is number 4 on the list. So we're into the top 3. Can you guess what's here? Probably. So number 3 we have Union Island. 4 different layouts, 20 miles of road, 45 pits. This is by BenQ, and it's a free mod. Now, everybody loves this. It's one of the best mods out there just for cruising around, and especially if you get those sunrises and sunsets right. I will say, guys, that I know we're into the top 3 now. If I've missed any mods out, it's not on purpose. I was trying to compile the best list I can. 40 free roam tracks is a lot to compile, so if there's something you think I've missed, drop it into the comments. But this is Union Island, absolutely essential. In fact, most of the mods on this top 40 list are essential. The next one, absolutely download it. This is Glencoe. It's got an amazing community around it. This is by Grant Hendry. It's got 2 different layouts, and one of the layouts where you can drive up to 500 miles of roads. You can see the kind of roads that you're going to be driving on here. There's no autobahns. As far as I'm aware, there's no traffic on here yet, but there's lots of Easter eggs to find, and there's a big online community, so do check out the Discord for a lot of the maps today. I'll put all the links in the description. So we've got to number 1, and can you guess what it is? Of course, it's Shitoko. I still think this is the king of free roams. It does what it does so well. 120 miles of road, an amazing online community, 32 pits, 8 different layouts. There's traffic on it, either through CSP Flood or 2 Real. The community on this is really what makes it too, and it's so much variation on this mod now, so it's brilliant. Do download it. The link will be in the description. I can't believe anybody watching this video wouldn't have Shitoko, but you never know. As I did say earlier, if I've missed something out, I've not done it on purpose. I was trying to get as many together as I could. Do check out the rest of the channel. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. See you soon, guys.